So 2 years, $34 million, if you include what he signed for this year.
Right. Going to make $21 million next year, which will be a bargain on his next contract,
Yes.
particularly the way he's playing. I saw his OPS now, which is, what is that? It's on-base percentage plus slugging.
Right.
It's number 1 in the majors. Number 2 is Ryan Zimmerman, by the way. And nobody's really close.
1252, Zimmerman's 1222.
Yeah.
Seems those are stupid numbers.
Unsustainable. But I thought.
But you got to remember, he walks a lot.
Yep.
I thought that
he doesn't lead the league in walks. He's pretty close.
I thought when I read that deal, it was kind of surprising, kind of came out of nowhere.
No one expected it.
I thought it. First thing I thought was, wow, that kind of bodes well that there's a good relationship here. I mean, that could have gotten crazy, could have gotten contentious, and they just stayed away from it.
They're 24-13. They're in first place. It's great. But a lot of our listeners were upset last week when Mike Rizzo came on the show, and the very first question, we pressed him on the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of owned it and said, yeah, you look at the numbers, the bullpen's horrible.
Last
but it
in the National League.
continues to point. And you saw that on several occasions this weekend, whether they were blowing a save, whether they're blowing a lead in the 8th, the bullpen is maybe getting worse because you figure just due theory, eventually they're going to have some decent performances, and they really don't. I mean, I know Albers had a 1-2-3 ninth inning for a save, but before that, they blew a lead, and they're games left and right.
They don't have anybody they can consistently rely on right now, and they've tried about 8 different guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it all year. Some people disagree with me. They are not going to win a World Series with this specific bullpen. He is going to have to go out and trade for somebody.
And I have a hard time thinking he's going to wait till July to make a move if it continues at this pace.
I mean, who knows?
Why
At
would
the
you wait
deadline,
that long?
there might be a couple big
Here's
names
the
available.
Thing. Dusty said it yesterday, and it's so true. Everyone knows, A, the Nats are desperate.
Right.
No one's out of it yet, so there's not like there are a ton of relievers just falling out of the sky that are available, right? If you make a deal right now, you're going to get just absolutely taken to the cleaners.
Yeah, you don't
just
do it now.
taken to the cleaners. So, you just kind of have to patch it as best you can, and then come deadline, hopefully a few teams are out of it, and you don't get quite as taken advantage of.
Yeah.
That's the scenario.
And you hope the back of the baseball card argument that it comes to fruition for guys like Kelly in particular.
I think it will.
Kelly came back
Guys that have track
from the
record
DL,
for 10
and then
years.
he immediately gives up, game-tying home run or
Right.
gave up a home run.
I think it's his 6th home run he's given up this year.
Glover comes back, and, we don't know what to expect from Glover. I guess on paper he's supposed to have the same stuff that Blake
but he's
Triman's supposed to have.
unproven.
And he gives up a couple of hits.
The luxury they have is that the NL East stinks. The Mets are 7.5 back.
No, the division's terrible.
I mean, the Phillies, Marlins, and Braves are all right around in the same area.
The division's terrible, and they're going to win the division by 15 games. But they're not going to be able to get through Chicago and L.A. and whoever, the Cardinals, whoever they have to play in the postseason with this crew.
No, when you said they're not going to win a World Series,
and Mike
crew,
knows it.
I thought they're not going to win a round. Fans are getting a little unruly about it. Like they're getting impatient with it.
But fans also don't understand they can't just fix it overnight.
I get it.
And they tried. How many guys were they in talks with in the offseason? Just couldn't get it.
Couple.
They were definitely in talks with Chapman.
Yeah,
or maybe not
Melanson number 1.
Melanson, Chapman, Wade Davis, and
Kenley Jansen.
Didn't Jansen take less money to stay with the Dodgers or no?
I think
One
it
of
was
them
slightly
did.
less.
I think Jansen
can't
actually
remember.
took less money. Now, Melanson got more. I think Chapman ended up getting more. But
now, of course, Chapman's hurt now, so.
I believe Jansen actually took less.
Jansen took less, and he's playing in California where you get taxed an outrageous rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phone
But
number
he gets to live in Manhattan Beach.
That's a very good point.
Phone number is 800
It's worth it.
636-1067 if you want to chime in. What are your thoughts on the bullpen woes that continue for the Nationals? And do you have one of the 7 or 8 guys that you'd like to be the closer? Kelly, you can't even use 3 days in a row.
Maybe depending.
He's got arm issues.
Maybe depending on who you're facing in that particular game. I mean, Romero throws the ball so hard. Now he's been hit.
Yeah, he gets hit.
I know he gets hit. I get it. And it takes a different mentality to close out a game than it does to get 2 outs in the 7th. Man, you like a guy who throws 99.
So you like Romero?
Again, I mean, if you're
you had to
facing
choose.
lefties, if you're facing 2 out of 3 lefties, I'd probably go him. I don't feel comfortable with any of the righties. Not Albers, not Kelly, not Blanton.
Not Trinan.
Definitely not Trinan. So, look, you just kind of pick and choose who you're going to go to depending on who you're facing, I think. It's just like a patchwork.
It's like Dusty's playing craps.
Oh, it's got to be wearing on
Just
him.
throwing the
It's got to be
dice.
wearing on him.
Now, the good news is I think they've actually only, according to the article I read this morning, they've only blown 3 saves that actually resulted in losses. It feels like a hell of a lot more than that because, for example, yesterday they blew a save, but Michael Taylor bails him
Right.
out.
Sometimes they overcome
Yeah.
the ineptitude of the bullpen.
Right.
The bullpen's ERA is what? Over 5.5, somewhere around there?
Yeah. I think it's ranked 27th in baseball. Maybe
I think I
be
saw
close
28th.
Maybe it's 28th. It's
Their
gotta be
ERA
All
is
right, okay.
5.3.
Yeah, 5.32. Oh, by the way, Jacob Turner's another guy you can throw in there. He blew the lead.
But
in the
he's
eighth.
done well at times, too. It was just that.
Right. But
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
just-
saying, like, we just bring up all the guys.
But
who
here
they
is the
tried.
fact.
Right. He gave up the home run, gets the win.
They
he
don't-
got hooked because Taylor hit the ball.
Right.
They don't have a closer. Like if we ask Mike, when do we have him? Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Yes.
If we ask Mike who's his closer, he doesn't have an answer.